Costco is recalling frozen waffles, chicken, and smoked salmon after reports came in this week from Treehouse Foods. Listeria can cause serious and even fatal infections in young children and the elderly.
When was the last time you bought something you thought was a great deal from Costco, only to realize it was a total waste? Now imagine hearing from those who see the biggest mistakes every day. Costco employees? They've seen what flies off shelves and what comes back in droves. In 16 minutes, we'll show you 10 items they say you should never purchase. Don't go anywhere. 1. The Keurig coffee machines. The saga of Keurig coffee machines at Costco is nothing short of legendary, and not in a good way. Former Costco employees and countless shoppers have shared a strikingly consistent story. Keurigs are returned more frequently than almost any other product in the warehouse giant's inventory. The reasons include defects, poor longevity, and a frustratingly short lifespan that leaves coffee lovers bitterly disappointed. According to a Reddit thread from early 2024, one user shared an eye-opening anecdote from a Costco employee who said, "I return at least 5 Keurigs a week." Imagine that, 5 coffee machines returned every single week at just one Costco location. Multiply that by hundreds of stores nationwide, and you're looking at a staggering volume of returns. But what's behind this flood of returns? The most common complaint is that these machines simply stop working within months. The same user recounted buying a Keurig that just decided not to power on anymore after only 8 months of use, despite brewing only about 2 cups a day. Another chimed in, "I took the first one back after a year in exchange for a second one. The second one just stopped working, and I got my money back this time." The moral of this story is don't waste your time or money on them. Costco should stop selling Keurigs. This pattern of premature failure is echoed by many, with users reporting that their machines either won't turn on, leak, or fail to brew properly well before the expected lifespan of a $200 appliance. The frustration goes beyond just malfunctioning machines. Some users have taken apart their Keurigs only to find that the internal components are surprisingly cheap and flimsy, explaining why they break so easily. For an appliance that promises convenience and quality coffee, this revelation is a bitter pill to swallow. However, the consensus is clear. If you buy a Keurig from Costco, be prepared for the possibility of an early return. 2. Costco's toilet paper. Costco's Kirkland Signature toilet paper has long held a special place in the hearts and bathrooms of millions of shoppers. Yet beneath the surface lies a surprisingly intense debate that has raged across consumer forums. Is Kirkland toilet paper actually extremely dusty? And what does that even mean for the average user? To understand the controversy, we need to start with the basics. Kirkland toilet paper is known for offering great value. A typical Costco pack contains 30 to 40 rolls, each roll often larger than standard supermarket brands and priced significantly lower per sheet. According to multiple user reviews, the rolls last a long time. Some families report a single pack lasting over a month with multiple bathrooms in use. It's often compared favorably to premium brands like Charmin or Quilted Northern. In fact, a 2025 comparison showed Kirkland nearly tied with Quilted Northern for third place in softness and strength, with a slight edge in value. But then, the dust settled. Or rather, it didn't. A persistent complaint emerged. Kirkland toilet paper is extremely dusty. What does dusty mean in this context? Users describe it as an excess of lint or tiny paper particles that shed easily, leaving a fine dust on hands, bathroom surfaces, and even clothing. One user wrote, "I hope Kirkland ends their contract with whoever is making this toilet paper." Another seconded by writing, "For years this was my go-to for toilet paper. Not anymore. What happened, Costco? Who decided this was the way to go? Fire that person." This dustiness is more than a minor inconvenience for some. Several users have connected the issue to plumbing problems. The lint and paper fragments apparently don't break down as easily in water, leading to clogged drains and costly plumber visits. 3. Decorated cakes. On the surface, these cakes are a bargain. For roughly $17, you get a massive sheet cake that can serve 40 people. Often at prices far below what local bakeries charge. But dig a little deeper, and you uncover a mix of delight, disappointment, and sometimes outright frustration. The allure is undeniable. Many shoppers praise the cakes for their moist, fluffy texture and rich flavors. Yet despite these positives, there's a persistent undercurrent of dissatisfaction, particularly when it comes to the decorated cakes designed for special occasions, like birthdays and weddings. The biggest gripe is the decoration quality. Many consumers report that the cakes look beautiful in photos, but often arrive with uneven, sloppy, or generic decorations that feel impersonal. This inconsistency isn't just hearsay. Former Costco employees have admitted that not all bakery staff are trained decorators. Because Costco operates on a massive scale, with bakeries inside hundreds of warehouses, the skill levels of cake decorators vary widely. Some workers are highly skilled, creating impressive designs, while others are less experienced, leading to cakes that look rushed or lack finesse. This patchwork of talent means that when you order a decorated cake, you're taking a bit of a gamble on the final appearance. One employee explained in a Quora discussion that decorating cakes is often done by whoever is available that day, not necessarily a trained decorator. The focus is more on volume and speed than artistry, which can be disappointing for customers expecting a custom look. 4. Kirkland's diapers. According to a detailed price comparison conducted in April 2025, Kirkland's signature diapers size 4 sell for about $44.99 for a box of 198 diapers, which breaks down to roughly 23 cents per diaper. In contrast, Huggies Little Movers at Amazon run about 34 cents per diaper, Walmart clocks in at 36 cents, and Target at 37 cents per diaper. If your baby uses an average of 10 diapers a day, the annual cost difference is staggering, about $511 saved per year by buying Kirkland over Target, a nearly 38% reduction in diaper spending. For families on tight budgets, that's a compelling reason to stock up at Costco. But every rose has its thorn, you see. Despite these savings, many parents have voiced concerns about Kirkland diapers, particularly regarding fit and absorbency. Some parents have noted that Kirkland diapers have a lower waistband compared to other brands, which can affect how well they stay on active toddlers. This design difference might not be a deal breaker for all babies, but for those who are more mobile or have unique body shapes, it can mean the difference between a dry day and a soggy mess. Absorbency is another hot topic. While Kirkland diapers are manufactured by Kimberly-Clark, the same company behind Huggies, which generally enjoy a strong reputation for absorbency, some parents report that Kirkland diapers don't hold up as well overnight or during longer stretches between changes. Interestingly, the no fragrance factor of Kirkland diapers is a double-edged sword. Many parents appreciate that Kirkland avoids perfumes and lotions, which can irritate sensitive skin. However, the lack of added lotions also means less skin protection, which some parents feel makes Kirkland diapers less gentle overall compared to brands that include moisturizing layers. 5th, gel dishwasher detergent. Consumer Reports put the Kirkland Signature Gel Dishwasher Detergent under the microscope alongside dozens of other detergents. Their tests involve controlled lab conditions where detergents are assessed on multiple criteria, such as their ability to clean tough, baked-on food residues, prevent water spots, and overall dish cleanliness. The results show that Kirkland's gel detergent scored near the bottom of the pack, receiving the lowest rating among gels tested. But why did it perform so poorly? According to Consumer Reports, the Kirkland gel detergent struggles primarily with two critical issues: its inability to clean dishes properly and its tendency to leave water spots. The detergent's formula appears less effective at breaking down stubborn food particles compared to leading brands. Consumer feedback on platforms like Reddit and product review sections echoes this disappointment. One user wrote, "I tried the Kirkland brand a few years ago. They really are not on the same level as other name brands." Another pointed out that the detergent left a weird film on their glassware, which was frustrating given the expectation of Costco's quality standards. Many shoppers who initially bought Kirkland gel detergent because of Costco's reputation quickly switched back to other brands after repeated dissatisfaction. 6. Costco's chicken breasts and thighs. Costco's Kirkland Signature. Chicken breasts and thighs have long been staples for many shoppers. However, in recent years, A growing wave of consumer dissatisfaction has emerged, turning what was once a beloved purchase into a source of frustration and disappointment. The complaints center on several key issues, with texture and quality topping the list. Numerous shoppers have described the chicken breasts as rubbery, woody, and tough, terms that evoke an unpleasant eating experience far removed from the tender, juicy poultry many expect. The root of these quality issues may lie in changes to how the chicken is processed. A notable shift from air-chilled to water-chilled chicken has been flagged by consumers and insiders alike. Air-chilled chicken, which is cooled by exposure to cold air rather than water, is considered superior because it doesn't absorb extra moisture and thus maintains better texture and flavor. Water chilling, while cheaper, causes the meat to absorb water, which can affect texture and lead to customers paying for water weight. Siedme Roli Roti beef broth. For years, bone broth has been celebrated for its health benefits, rich in protein, collagen, and minerals. Roli Roti positioned its beef broth as a premium product at Costco, retailing at about $8.99 for two 24-ounce containers. The broth was praised for its gelatinous texture when chilled, a sign of high collagen content and a rich, savory flavor profile that many found soothing and satisfying. This made it a favorite for those seeking convenient nutrition, especially among health-conscious shoppers who valued its natural ingredients and farm-sourced quality. However, the tide began to turn in late 2023 and into 2024 as a growing number of customers noticed a stark change. The broth no longer gelled when refrigerated, tasted watery, and lacked the depth of flavor that had originally made it special. One user lamented, "I've been drinking this nearly every day for over a year, and now it tastes like overpriced bouillon with no protein or collagen." The phrase "close to zero flavor" became a rallying cry among disappointed fans. On Reddit, one shopper described the broth as, "It's so bland I had to dump my cup the moment I tasted it, thinking it was expired." 8. Anti-kink garden hose. The anti-kink garden hose sold at Costco has entered the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Costco's garden hoses, particularly those marketed as anti-kink or contractor grade, come with bold claims. They promise durability, ease of use, and a kink-resistant design that will save you from the endless battle of untangling and unkinking your hose every time you want to water your garden or wash your car. The Techno Rapid Flow 5/8 inch by 100 feet hose, for example, boasts being incredibly light and easy to maneuver, which sounds perfect for anyone tired of wrestling a heavy, rigid hose. The Flexon 5/8 inch by 100 feet contractor-grade hose even claims contractor-grade toughness, implying it can withstand the rigors of professional use. But the reality, as revealed by countless consumer reviews and ex-Costco employee insights, is far less rosy. The core issue that fuels this backlash is the hose's poor durability and performance. Many customers report that these hoses kink easily despite the anti-kink branding, sometimes even just by looking at it. This is not a minor inconvenience, but a fundamental failure of the product's promise. Kinks restrict water flow, cause frustration, and often lead to damage over time. Worse, some users have experienced hoses bursting or developing holes shortly after purchase. 9. Pre-cut fruit trays. Costco's pre-cut fruit trays have become a surprisingly hot topic among shoppers and former employees, and not for the reasons you might expect. At first glance, they look like a dream come true. They promise a vibrant mix of honeydew, cantaloupe, pineapple, grapes, and sometimes mango, all neatly sliced and ready to eat. However, numerous shoppers report that the fruit often tastes off or even mildly fermented, well before the best-by date printed on the packaging. This isn't just a one-off complaint. A dedicated Reddit thread titled "Beware the Pre-Prepped Fruit Trays" has amassed dozens of comments from frustrated buyers who have experienced the same issues repeatedly over the course of a year or more. One user recounted buying 3 different trays over a year and encountering the same problem every time. The texture was off, the flavor was sour or fermented, and sometimes white granules appeared on the fruit within just a day or two of purchase, despite the trays still being within their labeled freshness period. This raises a critical question: why does this happen? Experts explain that once fruit is cut, it begins to lose nutrients and freshness much faster than whole fruit. The exposed surfaces oxidize and moisture loss accelerates spoilage. To combat browning and spoilage, these trays often contain preservatives or are washed in solutions that can alter taste and texture. The plastic packaging traps moisture and limits airflow, creating a microenvironment that can encourage early fermentation or mold growth if the fruit isn't perfectly fresh to begin with. 10th, Costco's Pad Thai. Costco's former employees have warned against buying Costco's Snapdragon Chicken Pad Thai for several reasons. The sauce, a critical component of any good Pad Thai, is described as absolutely dry and tomato-forward, a far cry from the traditional balance of sweet, savory, and tangy flavors that come from tamarind, lime, and palm sugar in authentic recipes. The noodles themselves are another major point of contention. Rather than the tender, perfectly cooked rice noodles that are the hallmark of Pad Thai, many ex-employees revealed they were undercooked, dry, and unpleasant to eat, often difficult to prepare properly even when following the package instructions. The chicken, intended to add protein and substance, is of poor quality and lacks flavor. In terms of rankings and comparisons, the Snapdragon Chicken Pad Thai consistently ranks near the bottom among Costco's frozen meal offerings. While some microwavable meals and curries from Costco receive moderate praise, this particular item is often singled out for its poor quality and flavor. So in a nutshell, don't buy. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on insider secrets and smart shopping tips. Thanks for watching.